Begin, though, with very serious news this hour. The breaking news on the Israel-Hamas war. Israel saying 2 Israeli hostages have been released today and will soon be reunited with their families.
Also, according to a U.S. official and a diplomat with knowledge of the matter, an American hostage could be freed today. So far, only 3 American hostages have been released. It comes as we're rapidly approaching the end of the 6-day ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. The CIA director is in Qatar participating in negotiations. A senior Arab diplomat directly involved in these talks says the expectation is this truce will be extended by 2 additional days.
We're also learning about new violence in the West Bank. The Palestinian Health Ministry says Israeli forces killed 2 children in a refugee camp in the occupied West Bank. Israel says people there threw explosive devices toward Israeli soldiers who then responded with gunfire. NBC News cannot verify any of those claims. NBC News correspondent Aaron McLaughlin is following all the latest for us from Tel Aviv. Aaron, let's start with these newly released hostages. What do we know about them? And where do negotiations stand to extend the ceasefire?
Okay, we just saw Hamas releasing a video of those 2 Israeli hostages being handed over to the Red Cross. We now have their names from the Israeli Prime Minister's office. 50-year-old Yelena Trupanov and Irena Tati, 73 years old, a mother-daughter duo. You see them on the screen. They're Russian-Israeli nationals, and what has happened in prior releases, when Russian nationals are part of the hostage release, they are released first, separately from the agreed-upon, in this case, 10 hostages seen as a gift from Hamas to Russian President Vladimir Putin. We are still waiting on the agreed-upon 10, the reason for the extension of the ceasefire. We're waiting for an update from Israeli officials, and we're hearing from American officials that an American national could be among the 10, although we are going to have to wait and see who Hamas exactly hands over. If they do hand over an American among the 10, then that would be, as you mentioned, the 3rd American hostage released since the beginning of the war, and then the 2nd as part of this current ceasefire agreement. Just days ago, we saw the release of 4-year-old Abigail Moran, now safe and sound in home in Israel. This, as the big focus here in the region has been on getting aid into Gaza, more aid. About 200 trucks of aid got into Gaza, badly needed today. And what American officials, as well as Qatari officials working with Israeli officials, are doing right now is to look to extend the ceasefire, not only to secure the release of the remaining hostages, but also a big focus is on getting more aid into that hard-hit Gaza region. This ceasefire could expire within hours, so we are waiting and watching not only for the remaining hostages that are part of the deal today to be released, but also for that ceasefire, potential ceasefire extension.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.